Good morning, you guys, and welcome to Alaska. We are finally here and we've got an epic itinerary for you. So let's go. Alaska in September is just absolutely beautiful, and days are still long enough to explore. And even though it may rain, but this is actually the best for checking out the glaciers because glaciers' gorgeous blue color is visible best when it's gloomy weather. Now, it was only day one, but I already started getting my first glimpse of what Alaska feels like. She's definitely in a kind of her own, cold and wild, and weather here is so severe that it leaves absolutely no room for insubordination or mistake. Well, lucky us, we had a high-tech boat to keep us warm and safe, and where we could do all the touristy things, fish out glaciers and drinking glacieritas and exploring the wildlife. The next morning in Anchorage, we found an awesome breakfast spot. You know, a girl has to have her coffee. And Anchorage actually has a great variety of eateries. And keep in mind that as we traveled outside the city, the food choices are definitely more limited. In search of true adventure, we headed north to Fairbanks by train. Now, the ride was 12 hours, but it was worth it, and I'll tell you why. We got to pass different climates, different vegetation zones, and absolutely gorgeous Denali mountain. But to me, it was riding on the Hurricane Gulch Bridge that truly blew me away. Almost 300 feet high, it stands over a stunning view. No, stunning times a million. And experiencing it in person is absolutely a must. I always thought that when winter and darkness settle in Alaska, life here stops. But that is not true. Every season here, no matter how extreme, has its own beauty to balance it. And like this road in winter, imagine all white and the sky is lit with northern lights, and it's gotta feel absolutely amazing. Chena Hot Springs is such a pretty village. I actually never knew Alaska has hot springs resorts, and I spent the entire afternoon soaking in the hot springs. But the best thing was to get up in the morning and going for a walk when everyone is still sleeping, except for these guys, of course. Later in the afternoon, we went to see dog kennel to see Alaskan Huskies and learn about dog mushing and races and how they train their dogs. It is quite fascinating, and I really hope that one day to visit Alaska in March when they start the race.
It didn't take you. Hi, bud. Aww, you're so cute.
Who does well in the heat of the day?
They also have an ice museum here, and inside it is -7 Celsius all year long, and they do rent their rooms in the museum if someone is interested, but to me personally 30 minutes were plenty, and the only reason I stayed was because they were serving cocktails in ice glasses in their bar. Everyone I met outside of Anchorage, from Uber drivers to van drivers to villagers, I asked if they ever thought of moving out of Alaska. And everyone I spoke to said yes, but even those who tried to move out moved back. And honestly, I started understanding why. Here, nature rules, rough and beautiful and very powerful. And when you're here, you submit to this power of nature and become a component of it and feel like this is where you originally belong. Minta Village. It's very remote, about 4 hours away from Fairbanks. and about 150 Athabascan natives live here. And we got to have dinner with the tribe elders, and then one of the villagers took us out on a boat ride.
Oh my. Ooh, why are we having rifle? Just in case for what?
Well, the truth is, it's wild out here, and such rifles here are a basic necessity for hunting and for protection. No one wants to be mauled by a bear, and help is honestly at least 4 hours away. During our dinner with elders, I felt that one of the most important things for them that many of us don't actually know is that many of the villagers are serving in army, and many of the elders are actually Vietnam veterans. We spent the night in a roadhouse in another village. It was built for miners in early 1900s, and it has 13 rooms, and 6 of which those rooms have their own private bathrooms. At night, we got to see the northern lights, and unfortunately, I could not figure out how to get my camera work in the darkness, so I just had to imprint it into my memory, and I know I will never forget it. Okay, you guys, this is it, the grand finale, a plane ride back to Fairbanks. And I'm not going to lie, I was very nervous, especially that snow showers were in the forecast, but it all worked out, and the ride was one of the most amazing highlights of this trip, and absolutely worth it. So yeah, this was definitely a trip to remember, and I am so happy I was able to share it with you. And I'm linking in the description box below the link to more detailed blog post about what to do, where to eat, and what to wear in Alaska in September. So please like it if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel and Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Love you.